Hey everyone, welcome to Bikes, Berms, and Brews. I'm Danika White.
And I'm Jessica Longname.
And we're here for another episode.
We are. Season 2. We're back again.
Season 2, episode 2.
Yep.
Yeah. We kind of had a little bit of a great afternoon though.
Yeah, it was yeah.
Let's set the scene for kind of how we're going to do a pod today.
Yep.
We kind of had some news we wanted to drop, but we still haven't got that news, unfortunately. So no news dropping.
No WMX schedule.
No
if you're
WMX schedule.
Curious of the news.
This might drop after it. Hopefully, you know
Hopefully.
what? In a great world, this has launched and there is a schedule. And if there is, we'll clip it to the show notes.
Yep, for sure.
Yep, show
some
notes.
links, some actual
Check
info.
the show notes.
If the show notes have a schedule,
we
are happy. But as of right now,
if it doesn't, we'll be a bit spicy.
oh, at that point, we're getting spicy.
We're getting spicy.
Yeah.
We're going racing off-road. Because you know what?
Yeah.
Off-road in Alberta, there's 6 women's classes.
6.
6!
No matter what skill level you are and a female, there's a class for you.
How amazing. So AMSA Off-Road is our off-road series.
Yep.
And they literally said, like, you guys have asked, we have listened, and they have, I should pull up all the classes, but I might be able to ramble them off. They just added this year vet women's.
Which is cool.
So cool. And they're doing the B loop for the vet women. So at least if you're over 30 and maybe have raced off-road, maybe haven't, and what a great opportunity to get in there.
Wow. That makes me want to, like, everybody knows how anti-off-road I am.
Ugh.
That makes me want to sign up.
The Billy Bolton side of you is just frothing for an off-road race, eh? This might be something that we might, like, that makes you and I to be like, well, what? Like, why wouldn't we try? What a great opportunity.
Yeah.
And then
they're asking us to come over versus on our side, there's no schedule.
Unfortunately, we can't make plans yet.
No, I have no idea. Should I book time off work? I don't know.
No. So yeah, like great job for AMSA MX.
That's a huge shout
We'd
out.
love
That's cool.
to, yeah, hopefully it doesn't overlap with one of our races and we can come to
something as committed as we are to the series that doesn't have a schedule.
Yeah.
But
that's what we wanted to talk about today a bit. But so then we set our day up with a movie release, a different action sports category. It was snowboarding.
Yep.
Butterfly in a Blizzard.
What a name even.
Kimi Fasani.
Yep.
We both went into it not really knowing what to expect.
Yeah. Well, like a vague outline, maybe.
And if you're a female in action sports, especially a mother, which Jess and I can't really relate to on that level.
No.
Watch it.
Definitely watch it. Whoa.
That was a roller coaster of emotions.
That was a roller coaster. Not only was it a roller coaster, like, as a female, like, someone, athlete, we'll use lightly, to watch that is like, whoa. And then secondly, to watch that as, like, a video person, double whoa.
Dude, great
like,
video.
It was
so cinematic.
Well done.
Beautiful. And you can get it on iTunes. You can order it right now and it supports them. It's Kimi Fasani and being a top female snowboarder and then going into motherhood and just like a bunch of things happening along the way, right? So
yeah, just life journeys and just how it all, how life, like, it's really, I think it's shot over probably 10 years.
Dude, it's crazy.
And it just shows like the ebbs and flows of life and like.
It was beautifully done. And especially Donna Carpenter from Burton gets on there.
Ooh,
and says
statement of a lifetime.
Statement about how Kimi's shaping the world for like the next females coming up and just how she verbalized it. Jess and I are screaming. it was a roller coaster.
It was a adventure with us. I feel like the creators and Kimi and every female watching us watch it probably would have really appreciated it because it was interactive.
They got us for sure. So that was a great little pregame to our pod. So we're happy to be here just talking.
That could be why we're so bitter with the no schedule thing. We're very pro women right now.
We were hyped. But so that leads us into though why we're here. We're chatting Jess.
Yep. Yeah, we're gonna get in.
This lovely human has pretty much a year to the date started SpecMoto.
Well, we
Or
like
the
the
idea.
ideas were like
Swirling.
were festering around this time, and then like brushing it off. The official like, all right, I'm doing it was at like early June.
Yeah, like right around the national series.
Yeah, and then the actual like day that the website dropped was July 1st, which I thought was so fitting.
Crazy.
Was Canada Day.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's like Canadian Moto, Canada Day. I'll always remember that. So that was why
That's super
I picked
sick.
that day.
So, okay, for anyone that doesn't know, what is SpecMoto?
So this will probably be the first time that I'm like actually
Verbalizing
talking
it?
about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
like out loud, other than just in my head or like forcing my friends to listen to my ideas.
Well, why don't you... Do you want me to say what I think it is?
Yeah.
Okay, so SpecMoto to me is a multimedia moto creative. Like that's where I would go to get my updates on news and on all levels. Like it's like I feel like that's where it's just on the pulse. Like it's the TMZ but not the bullshit, you know? Like it's like it's my place that I'm gonna get moto stuff or like know what's going on in the industry, especially around me. Like I didn't know the Supercross freaking Chasing the Dream movie was in theaters in my city.
Yeah, that was
And we're like pretty close. And I found that out by SpecMoto.
Yeah, that is true. That is
SpecMoto. So yeah, I would say like that's what it is for me. Is just it's on the pulse media. It's covering all levels. It's not just like a superficial like one kind of category that we're covering. Like I want to know about the amateurs. I want to know about the women. I want to know about like local grassroots initiatives. So it's kind of like it's everything that you'd want to see with moto.
That's my goal.
There you go.
That's definitely my goal.
So so it's on the page.
We're on the right, like we're on the right track. Yeah, that's exactly what I would say it is. It's like I just saw like there's an opening. There's like I obviously love dirt bikes. One. Second would be I love filming and photography. So that's two.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, how can I mix these two? Which my first step was just creating film directly to brands or to other media outlets. And then I was kind of seeing that I don't know how fully sustainable this is, one, and how I kind of lack creative control in that situation. So speaking with like other filmers and whatnot, it's like some of them get burnt out and like lose like the passion for doing it because they're working on like mundane projects they don't really like have their heart behind, you know?
Yep.
So I was like, how can I create projects that I feel like moto needs?
Yeah.
Which, not saying I'm right or wrong, just something
just something that you would digest.
Yeah, something
and that's a consumer that you can speak to because there's obviously going to be people like you as well too.
Yeah.
Like there's a bunch of different individuals in this world. So if it's something that you would want to see, then probably there's multiple people that want to see it.
Exactly. And then that's like, that goes back to like when you're in like middle school and the teacher's like, if you have a question, chances are other people in the class have the same question. And it's
For
like,
sure.
that's funny that sort of has always stuck with me. And it's the same as moto. It's like, yeah, I'm a female in the motor, like in moto. So it's like, that's one, again, perspective. So that's sort of getting into where spec came from. And it's like, yeah. And you could assume that like all females, for the most part, like, okay, we want to see this certain type of thing. But there's also guys that I relate to and I talk to and I'm like, hey, I want to see this. Like for a lot of like the team managers I talked to and I asked like, what do you want to see from a Canadian moto outlet? Like, what do you want to see? And what they said was exactly what I wanted to do.
Sweet.
So it was like, it's confirming that it's not just like, I'm a girl and I want to make stuff for girls. It's like, no, it's I want to make stuff for moto people. And maybe being a girl in this situation is beneficial.
Could give a different perspective.
A different perspective. Shocking.
We
Which
should
is
do
nice.
like a tally of how many times we can do a word with spec in it.
We should. It's shocking how like I'll be just talking to somebody outside of like the moto world and they'll say something and I'm like,
you're like, oh,
spec.
Yeah, that's speaking of the devil, that's in there.
Yeah. And then the funny thing I've been doing on the site is anytime a word has spec in it,
Oh yeah,
I capitalize it and bold it.
that's sick. So then they're really popping out at you.
Yeah.
But that's what spec, like it was just, it could mean multiple things to who's digesting that name even. Like that could be perspective of moto, a spectacle of moto, right?
Yeah.
Like was that kind
Like
of your
even
idea?
like like we do the tech specs. It's like the specs of the bike. You know? Like there's so many. I honestly, like, I don't know if it's whatever. I love the name. Like, it just worked out. Like, and it was very hard to pick a name. I was going through, like, I have this book on my desk that I just like jot stuff down, and I've had it now for like maybe 2-3 years.
It's like it's got lots of notes.
It's got lots in
and
there.
Handwritten notes.
Yeah. Yep. All with the pen, pencil, whatever. And like there's a page in there where it was like me trying to figure out the name, and like some of the ideas were not good. They were bad.
Isn't that great to look back on? And you're like, oh, that's
I can't imagine it being anything else
like,
now.
oh,
so I was like, for sure happy. Yeah.
So then that was early. So you completely launched it July 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Can you kind of just describe that grind of like, well, how that went? Like, I'm assuming you went through like ebbs and flows of maybe like, this is amazing to like, I'm done with this, right?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
That's a lot of work in the middle of a busy season. Well, you're already running Tree 3 Media, like an actual multimedia creation, you know, like it's like 2 jobs at once.
Yeah, it definitely, like I will give credit to all those that are already doing it and have it established and stuff. Like, I definitely underestimated how much work it was.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this could be easy. You just post, like you take a photo, you write a little thing, and off you go. And it's like, there's so many little mundane things you got to do that's like, oh, this is not easy. Like, this is a lot of work. Yeah. And it's like, I also don't want to half-ass it. So like that first little bit, like I was like, I'm going to cover like the last 4 rounds like so good. And it's like, nope, that didn't work out as planned. And it's like, it was kind of good that I started in the middle of the season, because it's like, I learned a lot.
Yeah, you kind of got like a full experience of it, hey? Like you kind of like how to deal with it and what's going to come.
Yeah. So it's like going in this year, it's like I know so much more what to expect versus like what I wanted. So it's like, oh, you can't, I'm only one person for now. Like you can't do everything. So it's like, it's nice that now this year I know going in, I want to really focus on spec. So it's like, maybe I pulled back a little bit with Tree 3, which is like the media, like the video photo side of it. So it's like now I'll have a little bit more time to focus on like some of the spec stuff that I want to do. And now like it's more of a real, like I have more of a like a realistic expectation versus
for sure
going into the first round. It's like, I'm going to do everything. And it's like, no, you're not. It's way harder than you think.
Yeah, but that's great. Like, at least you like set it up for yourself and you're already experienced those months. So now going into this season.
Yeah.
But on my end, the thing that I thought was super rad, especially in such a small amount of time, like how impactful it was and like how you were able to like, where were you in January? I want to keep saying, where were we in January? I just live vicariously through, but like what happened in January?
Yeah, it definitely escalated quick, and especially like I gotta give a huge shout out to everybody that's like basically giving me money already for this like this SpecMoto. Like it doesn't have like a ton of followers or analytics or anything yet, but like it's like when you look at the back end of the analytics, it's way more than
big Canadian impact for sure. And like, people that are giving funds, that would be like advertising and like placements and like stuff like that.
Yep, cool. Exactly. So we'll talk January. Yeah. January, I approached like this was early on too. I approached the Triumph team, the international.
And would have this been in like the fall that you started this approach? Okay, like after nationals wrapped.
Yeah. Yep. I heard like the whispers of there's 2 Canadians going to race Supercross, and I was like, how sick would it be to do like this is that project?
Like, this is big.
That project has like always been like there's Canadians that go down and race Supercross, and it's like you get a picture, you get like a little how was your weekend, you get whatever, but it's like I want to see what's actually going on. Like, are you living in California? What are you eating? What is like? What is your family like? Like, what all that kind of stuff, and the thing about doing that is there's a lot of red tape. Like you can't just stroll into Supercross and do that. So before I asked any of the like families or the team or anybody, I was like, I need to get credentials first.
For sure.
So like it felt weird doing it without even like talking to the families or anything about like, hey, do you want to do this?
Yeah.
I just like
you have like multiple levels that you almost have to get like approval through in order to even pitch the idea, which is a lot of work behind the scenes just doing that.
It was a lot. Very stressful, like so stressful. So I applied for my credentials with Feld and Supercross and explained to them the project, wrote a full pitch deck, like tried to be as professional as possible because Feld is like no joke. Like their business, their suits, they're there to make money. They're not begging for a little Canadian media to come shoot their stuff, right? So I had like multiple email chains going back and forth with like the higher ups there and teams meetings and whatnot. And it actually ironically worked out that the main teams meeting fell during the Chilliwack Arena Cross.
Yeah, I remember you taking that meeting.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that was kind of like the one where I was like, we're getting somewhere. Like this might actually happen. So I started to tell a few people and like kind of like put feelers out.
Seeds of it. Yep.
Yeah. To like, and it was at Chilliwack. I approached Zach from International where I was like, hey, this is, and it was lucky because I got to see him in person and like introduce myself and stuff and be like, hey, this is a possibility. And I don't even know to this day if like the families and the supporters of it all and everything understand how hard it is to get that credential.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna like pat myself on the back, but it is something I'm kind of like proud of. That it's like
so proud. Like if you would have told yourself a year, 2 years, like 6 months ago that hey, you're gonna get a credential based on like your media, isn't like that's a crazy feat. Like that's an insane thing.
Yeah, there's that. Like I remember thinking like the first time I got to shoot Supercross was for direct motocross, and like to this day I say it over and over. It's like him putting me in that position is priceless. Yeah, it's like maybe I didn't make a ton of money off doing it or whatever, but like meeting those people, getting that experience, priceless. Like it was. Like without that, none of this would have happened.
Totally. So, and it's kind of cool because we talk about that experience on a different episode too. So yeah, we can totally like clip that one below. But at least you can kind of like maybe go back and feel what that experience was compared to like this one now, right? Like it's so different and it's such a small amount of time.
Yeah. So like I remember thinking like I might have even said it in a podcast like there's no way in 5 years I could get credentials by myself. Like in my head I was like, maybe a goal for SpecMoto would be like in 5 years be able to shoot Supercross, like maybe, and then to do it like in the first like 6 months of doing it, the first like year of doing it, it's like,
and what a cool story. So then you got your credentials approved, and then you're able to talk to Zach from International Motorsports, and that's a motorsport dealer out in Vancouver area.
Yep, there's 2 locations, I think Langley and Vancouver maybe,
and Triumph dealer.
Yep, Triumph.
Yeah. So then this team was like a Triumph team.
Yep. So they newly announced that they were going Triumph, and then they shortly after announced that they were going to go race Supercross, the first 4 rounds of Supercross.
Rad.
So I was like, well, I'm just saying.
Yeah. And Triumph is like brand new bike in our
space.
Yeah, in our ecosystem. Like this has not happened. So a Canadian going to race, especially on a Triumph, big news.
Like this was cool. Like and not just that, the storyline of it, like Julien's done it before. He's the vet. Unfortunately, he got hurt before the first round. So like in that moment, it's like kind of the panic. It's like obviously at the end of the day, I just want Julien to be okay. Yeah.
But it's also Julien like
Benek. We have a project and I really want you in it. Like you're the vet. You're the one that's gonna like kind of be the story. And then the second story of like Blake Davies, he's 16. He's like, this is his first time. Yeah. Like his family's very new in the sport, very green. So it's like very interesting to see them and their
experiencing
growth.
The whole thing.
It's like, it was like a great story on paper.
Yeah.
And I think that's something obviously I'm learning is like, as the story unfolds in real life, it's not always what you write down, but it's still a life story. Yeah. So it's no matter what.
Oh, yes.
Interesting.
And so now you're in it. You went to California. So you guys flew down. You were there for like 4 or 5 weeks.
Yep. Yeah.
And you filmed like at a house.
Yep.
Like, can you kind of dive into like maybe like what like the bulk of it was and then like what you ended up coming out with?
Yeah, so the plan was I'll go down to California and kind of, I was going to stay at like the same compound as the boys.
Sweet.
Which just worked out great.
And this is like SoCal, like you're right in the heart of moto. Yeah.
This is
just
like,
loving it.
Yeah, it's this is my second or third, was it my third year? Second year being in California for January.
Yeah.
And it's just like, there's nothing better than going to a Paula on a Tuesday when everybody there is doing the same thing. They're
so
like,
rad.
it's Supercross, like it's Supercross season.
Well,
it's
and all
like,
the riders are there training for like all the top pros.
yeah.
This is like in what sport? Name another sport that Joe Blow Danika can just show up to Paula, and obviously I'm not going to go out on the Supercross track because I'm not allowed and to have a pro card. But show up to a track and Ken Roxon's there. Like people are training.
Yeah.
We got the whole PC team there. Like, you know what I mean?
Like,
this is crazy.
You could arguably debate that Hayden Deegan is the biggest thing in moto right now. Love him or hate him.
And you
like,
could be on the track with him that day.
Literally got to shoot him one day.
Like that's crazy. Like
How?
I'm not gonna go to my local hockey arena and get to play with
Wayne Gretzky.
Where's Wayne? He's not there.
Wayne ain't there.
Wayne doesn't play there.
He doesn't play there. He has his own little rink he goes to that you're not allowed in.
So moto's freaking rad in that sense.
Moto's rad. And I don't know if a lot of people know that. Like you will run into these people during outdoors. Like you go to Glen Helen, the pro circuit team is practicing there on a Thursday.
Maybe like take your moto, just take a little break while they're out there.
Definitely.
But you could be on the track at the same time.
Like Jeremy McGrath has passed me on a track. So it's like
just such a cool area.
What a wild so that's where like the whole debate of like I want the sport to get bigger, and I kind of always hesitate in that because I'm like, no, I like
I
it
just
the
want a
way
little
it is.
sprinkling of McGrath
Maybe
passing me on a regular
more
day.
money, but like don't make it
But
bigger.
keep it grassroots right
Yeah,
now.
like I want to grab like that's cool. That's the coolest part of our sport. So it's like in California in January is like every filmer's dream and probably every Supercross rider's dream as well.
Yeah.
And especially where like the first 4 rounds are like Anaheim, San Diego, Anaheim, Arizona. So it's like they're all within, so it's pretty easy to do.
And how it works, so you were shooting like both these riders are 250 class.
Yep.
So that's like West Coast. So it's not like they're gonna jump all the way to the East Coast. So you had like a set certain rounds that you're doing.
Yeah. So the plan was going in 4 rounds. Let's just cover that, see how it goes. I think like obviously if the gate dropped and somebody got a podium or even made a main event, like I think it would have continued
For sure.
but it just didn't happen, which is racing, and it's like
and
it's
expected, right? And you can go in there with whatever confidence or expectation, and anything could happen. Like it's racing
it's
at
the
the
best
end of
in
the day.
the world too.
Yeah.
Like to be even at that level a little bit is impressive. So it's like there's that.
And then that was like, so you came out with each round like a video, a vlog from it.
Yeah. So it was like a little series of 4 episodes. I try to cover a lot of like during the week and stuff, but it's also like it's hard. It's harder than I expected.
Yeah.
Like I'm happy with what I came out with. Like I'm happy that exists. I'm happy that like lots of people have reached out and like talked about it, which is cool. I hope I get the opportunity to do it again.
Yeah.
For the fact that like again, I learned like I know next time to do this, next time to do that. Like it's like I think that's probably like a video thing forever. Like always
For
like,
sure.
Oh, I can make that better. Like
different.
I know this. And
Yeah.
I guess that's just kind of life too. You like learn as you go. And
Yeah,
it's
just
like
always
I want to do it
evolving.
again now that I know this. It's like, oh, that'd be cool. So maybe like another like and the goal of it too is also so young Canadian riders can watch that and be like, oh, it's really not like sometimes like to me
Unreachable.
to race Supercross seems like wildly out of the question.
Yeah.
But I don't think it is. Like especially seeing that like Blake's 16. He's
Totally.
I think he technically was like intermediate last year. Like
Yeah, it breaks that barrier for and now all these kids are watching it, and for us, this came out in January. We're watching it at home, and it breaks up the winter. It's cold here, it gets you stoked, and it's relatable because then it's like kids that you've seen at races or dudes that you've like watched grow up, right? So it was a great series to watch for us.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, and you get to like live those highs and lows of what they're living too, right? You can see them get confident and then that confident get kicked, or like you're like, no, don't do that, or like, no, don't say that, or like, and then you go out there and like they're just ripping. So like it was really cool for us to watch.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of feedback. I think maybe I wish it like I don't know. I'm obviously just like hard on myself or whatever.
Yeah,
but like I just always want it to be a little bit better, which is I think a good thing too. At the end of the day,
totally.
it's like I'm trying to get better.
And it sucks because you can't really relish in it. You're just like on to the next. You're like, okay, we got to do this next thing now, right? So
yeah, it's nonstop. It's like literally, I came back, I think, the Tuesday after Arizona, and I was already in Rimby.
Yeah, you left 2 days later.
I was like, this is so fast. But it's like, I wouldn't change it for the world.
Well,
like,
then,
that was the best.
While you were down in California, so you're there for like 4 or 5 weeks, kind of made some cool connections with some people, some industry stuff. So while you're there, you're not only shooting this, which was great. You wrapped that up, had an amazing experience with that. You got to go to like couple places.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. And again, that's where like the spec thing comes in. So all of this series lives on spec. So it's like a spec piece, and it's sponsored by, it was just ironically sponsored by the team, which kind of got confusing there, where it's like, okay, this is like a media site and this is like a sponsored piece.
Kind of like a sponsored ad on your video.
Yeah.
100%.
So yeah. So it kind of got confusing there, but it was like, okay, I'm also in California. We need to take advantage. There's a lot of industry in California. And luckily, our boy JC happened to be down there while we were down there. Also, Dexy Wexy was riding. So there's like tons of Alberta kids. Like you'd show up to Paula.
For sure.
Like all of Wild Rose was there. I was like, okay, here we go.
And JC Sites is like our head guy for Fox Racing Canada. So obviously Fox HQ is down in Irvine, California. Yep. And his son Dexter Sites is down there ripping. So yeah, you're chatting to them and asked. Did you ask to check out the place? I think it was like
he kind of said like, hey, if you're down like this January, let me know. Like, let's try to line something up. So I like reached out. Like I like waited a bit. And then I was like, all right, we just got to do it. So
I was pressuring hard.
Yeah, I was like, did you talk to JC yet? Did you talk to JC yet?
Like, I was like, these are my homies. You gotta go to Fox.
Yeah. And then Danika's like, oh, you gotta talk to this person, and this guy's gonna do this, and it's like, oh yeah, perfect.
So I was frothing for this video to come out.
Yeah, and it was like, it just couldn't have worked out better. Like it was so cool, and like I messaged JC, I was like, hey, if you're free anytime this week, I'd love to stop by with my camera, and he's like, well, let me see if we can set this up.
Yeah.
Maybe we got a guy that could do it. And I'm like, no way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, like we'll get some clips. It'll be whatever.
Yeah, some clippity clips, just some little guys.
Whatever. And then it just turned out so cool.
So Jess gets a full tour of Fox HQ, which is now under like the Revelist umbrella. So that's what? Giro, Camelback. Like Bell. Like there's a bunch of stuff under there.
Yeah.
I think those are the main four.
Yeah.
So Fox and Bell are the big hitters.
Yeah, from moto wise.
Yeah.
And that Giro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Mark Finley was the one that led you through and got to explain everything.
Yeah. And I think I've like vaguely met him once, like a hi, how's it going kind of thing. And he just started talking.
Finley.
And when you watch this video back, there's a couple times if you really listen to the audio, you can kind of hear like a weird, like it almost mutes itself. Like suddenly it like the sound cuts out, but it's only for a quick second. Like you'd really have to go through the video to find it. And it's because I'm going, wow. Like as he's like talking, I'm just like, I'm like forgetting I'm holding a camera with a mic on, and I'm just like,
oh, Finley. I gotta just fangirl, like sidebar for a second. Mark Finley, I've worked with, huge fan in the industry. Guy's been there for, I'm gonna get this wrong, but like 27 years? No, more. 40.
I think more.
47. I think it was like, sorry, Mark. I think 27 years, but like a lot of years.
Yeah,
he's been there since like Fox HQ's been in its other location. Like when the Fox family owned Fox, he can speak to the sport. He's so passionate. I met him when I was working in dealer level. So I was just a Fox dealer and went there. And you know, you hear people speak, whatever. When he spoke, oh my God, he just was like, he just hits you, ignites you with passion. He just stokes you out. And I remember like, I went to Fox that year as a dealer, kind of like not knowing what I wanted to like I'm like kind of losing hope for the industry. Dude, on the plane ride back, I was just like, there's a group of people that fucking love this industry. And I was just fired up. So I owe that to like Mark, like Finley talking to her, and then obviously like working for him for a bit was great. So that's where I was so hyped that Jess got to see him.
He like
He's the know-it-all.
You like, oh man, you like said
Yeah.
it. You were like, oh, you're gonna love this guy. Like he's so great. And I was like, Danika says that about everyone. I was like, it'll be whatever. And he talked like he literally like, hey, how's it going? Handshake. And I was like, oh wow, this guy's like,
and he gives just like tidbits everywhere. Hey,
oh, just so like he's like a bottomless pit of awesome, cool information. You're like,
and what were like some
whoa.
cool things that like maybe going to Fox? Like obviously, anyone listening to this will clip the link to watch. But like, what are some like cool takeaways that you had from that?
Dude, within the first like 5 seconds, like we went there last year. We got a tour last year. We went shopping last year. Like we saw it last year, and I like saw the entrance, and it's like iconic, and I'm like, oh, this is so
impactful,
cool.
but like.
It's cool. I
not sure why it's resonating.
No idea that it was the mouthpiece of the helmet. And that was like the first shot we got.
And you're just like mind blown.
Whoa.
Like, oh my God.
As soon as he said it, I was like,
this makes so much sense.
I do know that.
This is resonating with me.
I was just like, whoa. And then it was just like as we went in, and then he showed me like that zebra hallway, and it's like, oh yeah, like I could just picture James Stewart and the zebra, and it's like
history behind like these patterns.
Yeah, like,
and
I was just like nerding out, and then by the end of it, like I got home and I like edited in. It was like 28 minutes long, and I was like,
and you're like, oh God,
and I was like trying to cut it down, and I was like, there is nothing I want to delete out of this. Like
it was just hot tips everywhere, hey,
all of it, and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna make an executive decision. I don't care if nobody watches this.
Yeah, you're like, I'm
gonna watch this once a month for 28 minutes, and that'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like I'm posting this for me.
Yeah, and this was just like this wasn't like a paid advertising. This was like, I want these fun facts and I want to like release this to the world because this is super cool. And like Moto's core, like the core riders want to know this shit. Like I wasn't
sure though. Like genuinely, I was like, I don't know if anybody's gonna watch this for 28 minutes.
Here's me just like waiting for the video to drop. And Jess is just like, it's 28 minutes. Nobody's gonna watch this. I'm popcorn in hand.
It literally has 60,000 views. That is more views than all of the other videos put together.
The most viewed video on SpecMoto.
Most viewed by like a landslide.
introSPECtion on Spec.
Yeah.
Most viewed video.
Insane. It just kind of like
Fox
really,
HQ.
really helped me with my confidence on like, I know what's cool.
Yeah, you're like, this is cool shit.
Like if I think it's cool, there's going to be other people that think it's cool. Like it's cool. Like I was like, yes. Like if you sit down and watch that for 28 minutes, like you're getting some cool shit out of it.
Especially when you're like, I love Moto. And you like think the industry's so big and you can never get there. And just you start like losing your hope for it. It's like there is people everywhere that loves it. And their lives like revolve around it. And there's like these little habitats of businesses that have the raddest shit going on that you'll just like get fully stoked out on. So yeah, I love that video. So many cool things. And like they go through... Like you guys went through just like cool history there, and then like the now of like product that's coming out and like how things are designed there and tested, and then the future of like what they're doing to like push limits and stuff. So that was super cool to see that.
Yeah, it was so cool to see like like the testing rooms and stuff, and like we were lucky to be there at the time at the beginning of Supercross. There's so much I could just give the whole video away, but like seeing like them literally building Joe Shimoda's glove, and it's like, holy crap! I literally saw him on the weekend. Yeah.
Or when did he break his finger? Was that San Diego?
Yeah.
Because A1 he won. San Diego is when, it was press day like it was like qualifying during San Diego, wasn't it? And then he broke his finger?
No, I think it was during the race because it was off of a pit board.
Yeah, pit board. Yucky. So then you got to see before A2 that they like Fox literally in-house custom making a glove.
Yeah.
They like were making a glove that worked with this like brace, handguard, everything. Like they were just able to act now on something that's going wrong with their rider.
Yeah, like it was just so cool to see like the little sewing room and like how they were putting it together, and then seeing like all the gear that was ready for the weekend. And it's just like, this is like such a like moto space. Like they're doing the shit that we see on TV. Like
so sick.
It's just so cool. And it's like you said, it's like never in a million years would I even have like never in a million. Like when I was 7 years old, I didn't even think I'd ever see a Fox headquarters, let alone like get to make a sick video
of it,
full of cool fun facts. Like that's cool.
Not only that, you wrap that up.
Yeah.
And then I think you maybe went over to like another headquarters. How cool. This is where I love geeking out, because gear to me is like a new bike. Like I'm just gear. I love new gear. I love all this stuff. I love the designers behind it. So I love these stories.
Yeah.
So let's jump
That's
into
your like calling.
yeah,
too.
let's jump into this one. You went to where?
What's that place called? There's this guy. I think his name's
Troy Lee.
Troy Lee. Yeah.
From Troy Lee Designs.
Oh,
no big deal.
Yeah, that guy.
Yep, that happened. So Jess is a very big Troy Lee fan.
Yeah.
So she had to play it cool.
So much to the point that I think one of the first times that I met JC, he basically said like, "So big Troy Lee guy, eh?"
How are we gonna change this over?
How are we gonna get like what is Troy Lee offering you that we could offer you? And I was like,
I don't know, big
they
fan.
offer me nothing. I just love Troy Lee. I pay full price for the shit.
So great. So this is like dream status, let alone going to the headquarters. You got to meet him. You got to sit down, chat, have a little chatty chat.
It was like whispered that maybe
Troy will be there.
Maybe it's in his schedule that we're meeting. Yeah. And I was like, they were like, don't get your hopes up though. Like things are busy. Like it's moving. And I'm just like I didn't sleep. Like I'm just buzzing. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to Troy Lee. Like it literally left like the compound. I was like, okay, bye. Going to Troy Lee. And it's like, how do I even say that?
Just like cover my I can't believe I said that. So then you went to Troy Lee Designs HQ. That's in Corona, California.
Yep.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's a cool spot too. Like, and then like again, fun facts, which like the video, I think I was maybe too excited. The video didn't translate as well as the Fox one because I think I was overly excited.
Yeah, but
I was also excited for Fox, but the like anticipation of like you're gonna sit down with Troy Lee, and I was like,
it was sick.
where
and
could this video go? Like, I don't know. I don't have a plan. Like, I'm just like,
oh, it was great.
This is crazy.
Oh, I love that too. Even the sit down, and it was cool because you got to ask him questions, and then he even remembered coming to Canada, Calgary, riding Wild Rose and Max. He talks about like there's a track with the downtown in the background. So like hearing that stuff, you're just like, oh my God, that's so relatable.
It was so cool to hear him talk. And I like knew he had been to Calgary, and I was like, I don't know how much he remembers, but like I'm just gonna like ask him and see what he says. And he like went off, and he was so down to chat, and he was just like so nice, and you could just tell he's like so busy.
Well,
also.
like and like how sweet is that's like a personable human. He's back owner of his own company. Like it's so cool. So you got to tour around, and like maybe that's why like you don't think the video is so like much, but like there is things that like you couldn't shoot because there's like paint rooms they're designing, and like can you talk about like what's
there was
all in that hub?
Yeah, I think Troy Lee is like a little more like I guess it was more of a workspace. Like Fox was definitely a workspace too, but it was like Troy Lee is
like definitely a smaller square foot, like lots of stuff happening, like lots of creative happening everywhere.
Yeah, so it was like lots of stuff like, oh, you can't shoot in this room, oh, we can't shoot in this room. But but like the whole time Jenna Hewitt actually gave us like a tour and like was just full of fun facts. Like one of them was, I don't know if this was in the video, but it was the building is actually an old lumber building. Oh, no way. So that's why it's all like very like I don't know if
it's got like a
pictures.
Really cool like architecture to it.
Yeah, it's definitely like a wood vibe. Like you would think like, oh, this is what Troy Lee built. Yeah, but it actually isn't. It's just like ironic. Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Like, I wish I knew the name of. It's like a big. It's like our home like Depot or Rose or whatever. It's whatever that lumber company is in the States. So it's like they outgrew it. So it's like a big company now. So they were selling this, and Troy Lee was like, oh, this would be perfect. Yeah, and
just like the vibe of it
is perfect. Like I thought that he built this because it's
just like
so
an impactful building when you walk in, like from the outside.
Yeah, it doesn't match. Got a vibe. It doesn't match any of the buildings on the street. Like they're all very corporate, stucco. Like,
no, I think that's a fun fact that wasn't in the video.
Yeah, that was like I was just listening to her talk, and she was just like telling me it, and I was like, oh, like
which is sweet.
I don't know if I should video this or just like listen because I'm like so interested. Also, I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do.
Oh, like cool. Now it's like something that you can like share now.
Yeah. So that was like a cool tidbit that she told me. Like so many. And like again, just like walking by, and she's like, hey, this artist like was like actually painting a helmet.
Cool.
And like he's painted this and this and this and this, and like he doesn't like to be on camera. So like keep that hidden. Like this person's literally doing this helmet right now. And it's like, oh my God. She's like, you're gonna see this next year. And it's like I like mentally took photos of everything. And I'm like, I can't wait to see that in real life.
Sick. So they're like designing in there, and then they're also doing like custom paints for like customer orders, right? Like just some like generic custom paints.
Yep. So you can like go on their site and just like get your name painted on a helmet, which like we were lucky enough. I think that was in the video that one of the guys
footage of it.
Been there for like he's been there for like 40 years or something wild. Like I'm not sure the exact, but like a long time. Like I remember saying like I'm younger than that.
Than the time that you've been here. That you've been committed to a brand.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, oh, I'll paint this up real quick. And just like being able to see that and like, whoa, that's literally paint on a like $1,000 helmet. Like, holy crap, it looks like a sticker. Like, why does that look so good? Like,
so cool.
I just had no idea even the paintbrushes looked the way they looked.
Yeah.
Like something simple as that. It's like, maybe I just don't know, but like, I don't know. A lot of moto guys know that, but like, that's cool. It's iconic. Like a Charlie helmet is like the most iconic helmet in moto. Like, sorry to all the other brands, but like
crazy stuff going on.
That's it.
So while you were there, obviously like Troy and like his team and stuff, they paint like random stuff or like there's cool like memorabilia in there. What would you say like if you had to choose like one thing that you thought was the coolest or like one thing that if you could just take it and put it in your home office?
There's so many. Literally like I thought I had it like right away when you said it, but as you said it more, I'm like, oh, that would have been cool too. Oh, that would have been cool.
I just like talk about a couple weird or
I'll say two
pieces.
And I think they were both in the video. So you can reference there.
Cool.
The Danika Patrick speed suit and helmet.
Oh,
not speed suit, whatever.
But like
NASCAR
the whole,
calls
like,
it. Like the suit. Yeah, like the fire suit or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was hers. So they painted her helmet.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's like the GoDaddy.
Oh, that's nice.
Suit and like that really like, and it's so small. Like that was something that I was like, oh, it's so tiny.
She's little.
Oh, little is she? So that was like when I saw that, I was like,
and is that like hanging
really
from
cool.
the rafters in the main shop?
It's like no, I think it's on like a statue or it's hanging, like it's close. Like I touched it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I touched it.
Okay, so yeah, I didn't put two and two together. So that's sick to know that.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah,
and then also the King Jeremy McGrath helmet.
Yeah.
I think if I could take anything from there, I think I would take that. It's like a Jeremy McGrath helmet that has like crown almost built into it. Do you know?
No, I don't. I don't recognize. Like I didn't recognize it in there.
Oh yeah.
But it'd probably be like like the crown on the back and like almost like bubbles on it. Is it? Like because McGrath always has colorways that come out that are like his like
this is like a helmet you couldn't actually wear. It's like it has like it's almost like I don't know like fiberglass crown on it. You know,
it's like in a case and it's like a trophy looking thing.
Yeah. So I don't know if I don't think he ever actually wore
but that was
it,
like
but it's like
that was because of McGrath.
Yeah, King Jeremy McGrath, right?
Cool.
Like I would love.
And those are things that you just clipped in the video.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, sick. Oh, that's cool to know the story behind them.
Those are cool. See, like that's what I wish I got more voiceover.
Next
and like
time.
Jenna,
Next time, another visit with Jenna.
Jenna did tell me all that, but I was just like, I was instead of videoing it, I was taking it in, which like I feel like was like Fox. We got the tour last year, and then now this time I was like, okay, now I'm gonna get immersed
into it. Yeah.
Versus like
so 2026, be back at HQ for TLD.
Yeah,
we're
gonna do another
deep dive.
Yeah, because there is lots of stuff. Like there's like just the paint room alone is so cool, and then they have like the room where they do all the jerseys. They have like it's so cool.
Just so much like history and just like moto feel in there, right?
It's so cool. And then also it's like during this whole Ducati, they're dating thing. So like the Ducati trailer was outside and it's like, ooh, that's cool.
Some like fresh collabs, right?
Yeah. So hopefully that all works out and we do it again next year.
So I think like that in itself is a crazy milestone for Spec. Like when you think about it, I was just like, I want to dive into this. On my end, because I would like to like wrap it up with just some like real good vibe feelers. You know, we're like just right at the crest of the season. People are getting hyped on bikes.
Yeah.
Give me that A1 feeling. Just walk me through like first round of Supercross, whether that's from you. Like, I don't think you understand, which I'm just going to like reiterate here just a little bit, is you are probably like one of the very few people in Canada that will ever be on the floor level of a Supercross stadium and like boots on the ground, feeling that rumble, like you're just feeling all that energy. Like that's an insane spot to be. And like, I want to know like what A1, like what's that feeling? A1, first Supercross of the year.
Oh, I feel like the first, like So for Supercross, you have to go to like a safety meeting on Friday.
Yeah.
So you roll in and there's like a moment, well for me anyway, there's like a moment of like you see the big A and you see like the rocks.
That Angel Stadium A, hey?
And it's just
giant.
Like
iconic.
This is great. Yeah. And it's like you walk down that tunnel and like
you're probably getting like a little bit of race nerves.
Oh, it's like it's
the nerves for everyone.
Insane. And it's like you just like I feel like it's like a weird flashback of like you see all those photos of like the guys rolling down on their bikes down that same tunnel, and it's like, oh, this is iconic. And it's like, I don't know if I'm just like a moto nerd and I know all that stuff, but it's like I am a moto nerd, so I love all that stuff. And it's like it's cool. And then the good thing about A1 is like it's the press conference and it's like formal, so that's all on Friday. So it's like there's just like a vibe at A1 that's like a buzz. So like it comes from the riders too. Like you feel it off them. Like when they all sit down, the lights are on, and it's like,
because pretty much everyone's fresh, everyone's there to race. Like it's new like kits, new bikes, new teams. Like
it's like it's a really cool vibe. And then to be able to like, I don't take advantage of it, but it's like, hey, after the press conference, these riders are just floating around and like. There's not a lot of media there. Like it's not like an average sport where it's like, say you watch the NHL and like they're in like their locker room and there's like a bunch of media around them and they're just like trying to get one question out.
Yeah.
It's not like that in moto. It's small. Okay. And Supercross doesn't let a lot of people in. So it's like, the guys aren't that busy with media. Like they're not, they're just
like approachable. They would be
very approachable. Cool. Like if I could grow a set and go talk to them, I could easily talk to any of them and do it. But like I like with Spec, it's very like when you're on assignment at Supercross, it's like
because you get an assignment for a specific thing and like that's
So my specific thing was Canadian moto for the most part. So it's like I don't really have any reason to talk to Chase Sexton.
Yeah.
As much as I like personally want to, I'm not going to bug him. Like,
you're not going to like overstep with that. Yeah, and stuff, I'm not going to. For sure. But to be able to like watch from afar and be on that ground level and see it and be in it in the thick of it, like I bet it just feels like it didn't even happen, you know?
Yeah.
Like a dream.
Yeah. It's like, it's surreal when you're in it and you're like literally like you're getting in elevators with like Ricky Carmichael and Jeremy and like, like I feel like this is going to sound like fangirly or whatever, but like I feel like Ricky's starting to like recognize me now, and he's like keep popping up, and I'm like, as much as he's getting shit on or whatever right now, but like it's great. Still Ricky Carmichael, like it's cool, like it's like
these are people that you've looked up to since you were super young, and now you're just surrounded by them.
Yeah, like it's hard to be like, oh, I'm in the same category. I'm like first year in the same category, which feels cool, and it's like all the guys, like even the filmers, like. I wouldn't say I'm like fans of, but I would say I'm fans of. I'm like, I love their work, and it's like, oh, I know you, and it's like
small industry, so you get to like meet and like learn from these people.
Yeah, it's cool. It's definitely, it's like I quit my real job to do this, and it's working out, so like, I can't be mad at any point. Yeah, it's cool.
What's next for Spec? We're in April right now.
Yeah, it's like it's busier than I expected. Expected. It is. I'm securing like funding and sponsorships and advertising and stuff for the season. It's gone way better than I expected.
Setting up for like 2025, like for your own content and stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So originally for 2025, my goal was I was gonna send out pitch decks, advertising, not be too pushy with anyone.
Yep.
And just have my name be out there, expecting everyone to say no. Not everyone said no.
People are stoked to get on there.
Pretty excited to get on board, which is really great. I planned on funding Spec through Tree 3 for a while. Like, I don't know if you look on there as of right now, which will change in the coming days because we're going to announce the like main sponsors. But right now it says Tree 3 presented by Tree 3, which like realistically it is. Like Tree 3, I'm making money off that, and that's what's paying for my fun SpecMoto.
For sure.
Which is changing, which is great, where it's like SpecMoto is slowly becoming the main income.
Sick.
And hopefully by next year it is. And Tree 3 I'll still do because I like doing it.
Yeah, and they kind of like feed off each other. It's like a feeder system for sure. Yeah.
And it's also like ultimate goals for Spec would be to be able to hire other videographers and actually pay them what they're worth.
Yeah.
Was like a good one that I'd like to point out.
Oh, that's nice. That'd be sick. Wait till that day.
With it, like,
Yeah.
we're not rich.
Yeah, we're not rich yet,
but
but, like,
we'll get there.
We want to be able to support the sport.
Yeah, for sure. Like,
You've
I'd
been
love
there
to.
and-
Exactly, yeah. So for sure, seeing that. For 2025, we're definitely doing the Canadian Nationals.
Yeah.
We're hitting all the Surf and Berms events.
Oh.
By the way.
By the way, can't wait for Spec to be there.
Can't wait for Spec to be there. We're doing like a lot of local races. We want to cover a lot of amateur stuff.
Yep.
And not just like results. Like I want to cover amateur stuff. Like I
Sweet.
want to hear from these kids, especially right now. The craziest time for amateur Canadian moto is happening.
Yeah.
There is 30 some kids in Texas right now.
Riding.
What is going on in amateur moto? So it's like
So
there's a lot to be covered there.
Canadian moto's just popping off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, what a perfect time to launch this. Like,
Yeah. Just so many things to be able to cover and go through. And okay,
yeah.
where can people find this? Where do I go to find this spectacle?
Spectacle socials. So there's like SpecMoto.ca is the website.
Cool.
Which is interesting in this time because everything's so social, like everything's so Instagram,
Yeah.
so Facebook, so
As I
whatever.
just like went all grandma on you and asked you to email me everything that you post to social.
Yeah, you're like, I'm not going on
I'm
Instagram.
like, you gotta email.
I'm gonna need emails, which I don't do yet, which is like, I love to hear that. So like if anybody's listening
Yeah.
and any and all feedback I want, like I posted sometimes at the bottom of the spec rounds, like
hello.
any feedback is highly encouraged. And like I've got some, but it's like, I want more. I want all of it. Everybody that reads it.
And like cool
Tell
things
me
that people
something.
probably want to see too. Like, you have an idea? Maybe we can like create this.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
like another thing that companies are kind of reaching out, and I'm like trying to approach advertising a little differently than what's been done in the past. It's like, hey, you're selling X product. Let's highlight the crap out of X product, and then you have videos to use for yourself also.
Yeah.
And
that's
then
sweet.
on the side of that, I'll do that video kind of pro bono just as it's content for the video, but then you're paying me for advertising on the website for me to be able to do other things.
For sure. Yeah.
So it's like,
and it's like an organic way to like feature something for sure. Right?
yeah, exactly. Like I'm not gonna like I shouldn't say this on record fully, but it's like I don't really want to align with things that I don't really love. Like as of right now, the 4 brands that I'll be announcing like in the next couple days or so, hopefully by the drop of this pod, are brands that like if I was spending money, I would spend money.
Yeah, you
on.
align with them.
Yeah,
That's
it's
sweet.
Like
What a cool experience
These
for
would-
the first ones.
yeah,
that
these
you're not
would be
just
my
like,
dream
yeah.
companies to work with, and it just happens to be the first companies I'm working with, so it's really cool.
Yeah.
So what's to be expected from Spec in 2025 is Canadian Nationals, amateurs, women, just Canada though.
Sweet.
We're Canada only.
Yeah. Canada Media.
Canada media. Maybe one day that'll change, but not in the near future.
Maybe when you get some people helping you with
Yeah.
the workload.
Yeah. When the when Spec makes enough in Canada to be able to pay,
To go worldwide.
worldwide,
Global.
maybe GPs.
Yeah, oh boy, send me over.
I'll pay someone to
Drinking
do
my
that.
Italian cappuccinos.
yeah,
sure. Danika.
Have fun. I'll be at the pool.
But yeah, that's sick. So
Yeah.
like that sounds like a great plan.
Yeah, that's the plan.
So yeah, sorry. Social media, Instagram, SpecMoto.
Oh, yeah, that was a good- what
website,
am I doing?
SpecMoto.ca.
Yeah. Instagram is SpecMoto.ca also.
Perfect.
Or SpecMoto_CA. or
Oh
something.
God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
You know, we'll
type
put the
in
right
SpecMoto.
we'll put the right thing in the show notes.
yeah, I think
Yeah, that's
yeah.
unfortunate that we don't know our own tag, but that's okay.
that is wildly unfortunate. That's so bad one.
Big business over here. You
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
We got people for that.
Yep. It's Danika. That's my people.
But yeah, well, I guess that's a great place to wrap it. Thanks for going into a little introspection
Yeah.
on SpecMoto. And I can't wait for the next second year anniversary that we can talk more of what's going on. Full
Yeah.
deep dive.
Yeah. It's unpredictable. You have no idea.
Unexpected.
I was going to say, it's so unexpected.
We need a tally. We'll do that
Oh,
after.
yeah, we'll count it up.
But yeah, well, thanks to you.
Thanks to you.
Thanks. Thanks to our listeners. And we'll be back at you real soon.
You will.
Bye.
Bye.